The Johnson lawsuit states that at their fourth encounter at an Epstein party, defendant Trump tied plaintiff to a bed, exposed himself to plaintiff, and then proceeded to forcibly rape plaintiff. During the course of this savage sexual attack, plaintiff loudly pleaded with defendant Trump to stop, but with no effect. Defendant Trump responded to plaintiff's pleas by violently striking plaintiff in the face with his open hand and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted.
If this guy was, didn't hold up his weight for Israel in Congress, he's out. But these people have the next 535 members, or very close to it, selected. They've taken the pledge. Congresswoman McKinney told me on an audio that before you get to Washington, D.C., you make the pledge. The pledge is, what is the capital of Israel? Jerusalem is their answer, not our answer, not the world's answer, not the different bodies around the world. That you take the pledge in a written or oral format, that you're on the record. These people don't seem to be in any way be representing their local constituents. They're there. They know that as soon as they get to Washington, they get all the money and the hookers and young boys and drugs and whatever else is going on there.
In 1995, I was asked by a friend to go to the Adams Morgan area of Washington, D.C. to look at a possible investment in a bar and restaurant. We had to drive around the block many times looking for a parking place. It was along one of those streets that something very peculiar was going on. It was a school day, and at about 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon there were around 30 to 40 boys and girls that looked to be in the age range of 8 to 14 or thereabouts. It was both peculiar that boys and girls of those ages and obviously many different nationalities were not in school, and lined up down the street are cars, power status cars, limousines, government executive cars with drivers, and government limousines. It was a meat market for sexual predators, and the District of Columbia is full of them. It is pretty disgusting to see the inner workings of DC in light of the pretense of how honorable and law-abiding they pretend to be, and they are not. I finally found a parking place over 2 blocks away and was walking towards where the restaurant, bar were to be. Straight ahead, where the street ended at a T, was this scene of people picking up children, picking a boy, girl, or 2 of each, etc., and driving off with them. The expressions on the faces of these children were uniform very scared, terrified expressions. As we were walking down the street, the van sliding door opened, and as one man is exiting they were speaking in Hebrew. They had video and still cameras set up in the van with telephoto lens and recording the entire scene, where these Washington, D.C. pedophiles were picking up children for their sick entertainment. I personally reported this to the FBI and they were told to stand down, too. When D.C. Metro Police tried to move on it, threats were made of the bodily harm type. I recognized some of the faces in these cars and then watched in disgust how huge political issues were being debated, and certain members of our Senate, House, and even agencies, the pedophiles in those same cars, just rolled over for what Israel wanted.
I don't have to show you any stinking watches.